Hey everybody, Sive here with ForexPeaceArmy.com. Let's update our view on the gold market. So here you can see a bit worrying signs appearing on the daily chart, and the market stands the third session in a row where a very tight range just dropped out from the flag pattern. Hardly it could be called as a bullish sign, especially because just below the market we do not have any meaningful support. So nearest support stands in 49. This is the 50% level, but gold market doesn't like the 50% as euro currency, so it shows more often the 618, and it means that it could drop even more, and potentially around 47 we have also oversold this target of this big pattern that we talked about previously. So maybe this area is a bit too early, too much to speak right now. But with the performance that I see here, well, it doesn't impress me too much, and I think that situation looks a bit bearish. Here's what I think. So on the lower time frames, first of all, recall that we have touched just the COP target. 49.50, this is also weekly oversold, and we said take a look. That's at least strong area where the chances on technical bounce significant. So if even we will not succeed on a real upward continuation, this is more or less safe to consider taking long position, because here might be some pullback, and that has happened. But now you can see what's going on. Market is return right back down, and with this return, this performance start looking like the bearish dynamic pressure. So you could see that price stands flat while the MACD shows the upward action. It suggests that market should take out of these lows. At the same time, you could see that the next target, the OP, stands around 48. It's creating agreement with this 47.90 area. This will be next destination point, but now it stands below the weekly oversold, which means that, well, theoretically it depends on the data that we will get and information that we will get. If demand for the cash will increase and fears investors of the possible jump in inflation also will increase, although we explain in the weekly report why we should not worry too much about this. Whatever reasons will be, we could drop here, but for today, tomorrow session, actually probably for this week, if we will not get any drastic news, more probable that we will get something here like wash and rinse of these lows, just because of the weekly oversold. So with the weekly oversold stands right here, so just recall you this chart if you remember. So market already stands in the weekly oversold. We discussed this in the weekly report. So with this positioning, more probable that in the case of the breakout we will not get big extension. So maybe it will be kind of a local butterfly, something like this. So target most probable will be somewhere between 49 and 49.40 area in the case of the downward drop here. The trigger for this drop might be anything. News releases, today is the Fed, where this will make some comments of the more hawkish policy or something like this. Might make the short-term negative impact on gold market. Jumping of the PPI numbers, for example, or anything. On an hourly chart, I also see nothing actually thrilling for immediate long position taking. Choppy action, no clear patterns, no even intention to show any bounce. So taking it all together, I would be watching for a possible drop without any upward continuation here. And that's, as I said, mostly reminds me the signs of the dynamic pressure, but in the current circumstance I wouldn't count on a big drop. So most probable that we will stack somewhere above the 49 area. So that into words that we will have on the gold right now.